The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Shannon on stick.
Thursday! Welcome to the show. Boy, have we already got it going before we got on there. You are looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star, Frisco, Texas, where it's going to, surprise, it's going to storm again. 74 degrees. The high is 83. The low is 71.
He is Shannon. That is Nate. We are out without our boy Kurt today. In the back, keeping us on the air is Chris. I am Zaddy Holly. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Yes, they do.
Brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. I don't know if it's like this in the rest of the country. And you guys tell me if I'm just making this up. The weather here the last year and a half, the weather has been ridiculous. There have been more hailstorms and more tornadoes come through here. Like, usually Oklahoma gets all that. We've been getting this, though. Like, there's been, 5-6 hailstorms in Plano, Frisco area in the last 6 months? I mean, it's ridiculous. And another one's coming through today. I don't know what's going on with the atmosphere.
I mean, at least you're finally getting, like, full worth of your insurance, because sometimes you pay insurance and nothing ever happens. But now you actually put a couple claims in, and
they're called
premium right.
They're called acts of God, and supposedly your premium doesn't go up for an act of God. But what happens is the area that's around you, your claims are dependent on how many claims are filed around you. So you could not even file a claim and your premium will go up because everybody else is filing claims.
Lightning struck.
So if you got hail damage, go get it fixed because it's gonna go up anyway.
Lightning struck my crib, or around my crib. They said I had the thing that they're supposed to absorb the lightning, whatever. Yeah. It knocked out my AC. It knocked out light fixtures. It knocked out.
Really?
I had to get AC fixed. I had to get light fixtures fixed. I had to get a new garage deal. I had to get a bunch of stuff.
You ain't had breakers?
No, they put the breakers in on my AC. They put the breakers in on my AC. Now that was an additional cost that they added in there, but no, I didn't have it on there before.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have skipped that because the odds of you getting struck by lightning twice are.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there now. Now you just talked about the weather here. It could likely happen.
Yeah, it could.
It could likely happen.
It's been wild, man. So stay safe, everybody.
Yes.
Stay safe. There's a storm brewing in here too.
No, we're not doing
We got
this.
Jesse riled up before the show.
Let me tell you how that went.
Chris, you came right in.
Let me tell you how that went. Jesse walks in. We give our normal fist bump. How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother? And I say, you know what, Jess? Not today. I just don't want to talk about Micah today. And boy, from that point on,
and then Chris goes, Let me ask you something. Are you guys ready to go? Let me ask you something. That's why we were 5 minutes late. And then here goes Jesse. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then Chris is like, all right, we're good. Get going.
Yeah.
All right, let's get going.
Let's get going.
So Micah's back in town.
Is he?
He's been at the Mavs games.
Okay.
So we won't go down that road. We'll talk about
why isn't it not Micah's in town and he's at practice?
Because we don't see him at practice. He said he's
coming. He said he's coming. Was it next week?
I don't know.
When's next
That's
Friday?
next
week's mandatory. So you lose money.
So
most players don't like to give money up for free.
This is amazing. We cannot get him at practice. That's good. I mean, hey, whatever. And then all of a sudden, Mavericks. Hey, there he is. He's in town, but he's not. Come on, man. Team player. That's one thing about him. He's a team player.
You want to see him on the field, right?
Yeah, just
practice.
Even you know what? This is what about these OTAs. When you're a great player like he is. You don't have to practice. You can just walk out there That's the luxury of being the man, the guy. You can just walk out there. Like sometime Emmett wouldn't even practice. Emmett just walk out there. But we always felt, okay, Emmett is a part of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know how that works. I'm not a new guy with new thoughts. So if you want to text Jesse or ex-Jesse to tell me how you think, I will accept that. Just, is something wrong? How we accept? I don't know. I'm not a new guy.
You know, it's times have changed. We must adjust to the times, and that's just what it is. And more guys do their own things in the off season. And I have to tread lightly on the Micah topic because I don't want no smoke.
You're gonna be labeled a hater.
I don't want no smoke with anybody. Please, I want no smoke. But we have to tread lightly in how the new athlete is projected because times have changed. But when you talk about leadership, right? When you talk about that portion of it, and I don't get into people's like contracts and who holds out, who's not. But if the thing that you talked about the most was that you had to be a better leader, you're not off to a great start. That's just my opinion. If the thing that you talk about, you have to be better at, talked about his energy has to be better. He has to have more in the reserve. And you're talking about leadership. And with everything that comes along with that, you're not off to a great start when you don't show up to things that give you an opportunity to practice leadership, to put leadership things in place. And I get that there's text and there's all that kind of stuff. Cool, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, the leadership that you need is not via text, is not at the basketball game. And I'm not saying that you guys can't go and enjoy themselves. Please, by all means, it's the offseason. You're allowed to enjoy yourself. But if you come out of your mouth and talk about you have to be a better leader for your team, and the first at bat that you have to step into the box and to hit a home run in leadership, you say, I'm good, I'll see y'all when it's mandatory. To me, swing and a miss.
Yeah. All right, so this is a little bit deeper question, okay? This isn't directed at Micah, and I think leadership, a quality of leadership is always going to be showing up and being there and leading through example, right? This isn't directed at Micah, but we talk about today's athletes change, right? The new generation has changed; they're different. Does that in some ways now to be a leader? Because leadership has always been work hard, lead by example, do what you need to do,
speak when need,
and then the other things that kind of trickle down. I think the core values of leadership are still work ethic, showing up, being there for your guys. But then the other little nuances and other things that you just kind of learn and absorb from being around is leadership changing because the people you're leading are changing and maybe they don't react to the old school leaders. It's kind of like the coaches now. You got old school coaches and new school coaches. So this is more of like I guess kind of a generational thing. Do you lead different now because people are different? No.
Okay. The big part of leadership is all of those things you said, but knowing your guys. And you have to be there to know your guys. Yeah.
That's the showing up part, being around, right?
So if we had guys on our team that were finicky. They just didn't respond to the hollering, the cussing. They were finicky guys. But Mike Irvin knew that. Troy Aikman, to a certain point, knew that. And so when they walked up to you, like if you cussed at Leon Lett, you lost him. I'm talking about in an angry way, not in joking in the locker room. But if you walk, you suck. You automatically he shuts down. So it's like when Mike, Troy hollered at him, hey Leon, let me holler at you. Let me, Nate, they'll just come right at me because they knew I didn't care. I just wanted the message, whatever it may be and however it may come. You have to be here in order to build relationships to know what that leadership is. Now, some guys don't even care if you never show up. They just care, hey, on Sundays, do your job.
Right.
Some guys need to be like, well, Coach, how is he always, exempt. I mean, you can't always say something as a low tier player. You can't always say something, but how can the coach just keep coming at you? Because eventually you're a man and you're gonna think, hold on, coach. Mm-hmm. This is the 8th time this dude has not did his assignment, and you can't come at me for one blown assignment out of 60 plays. That ain't working today, coach. And once those players start shutting you out, that leadership that you thought you were is no good anymore. Now, is I'm wrong?
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, all right, thank you, old school. Now, semi-old school, your turn.
No, but I don't think leadership changes.
It don't.
I don't think
that was my question.
I don't think it changes. Like, I think the core is the core. Mm-hmm. And yes, there always are tinkerings to different things, but this is the time where you build up your bank, right? This is the time where you
get sweat equity, right?
You get sweat. Here, when you see different things happen in the game, and I can kind of grab you by your face mask and
it's from the right place
that's
because
built
you
now.
built it out there, right?
That's built now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't know you,
can't come at me like that.
You can't.
Yeah.
You cannot. I don't care who you are, and I don't care how low on total pole I am. If we haven't built that, the leash for you to go off on me as a man,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
has shortened.
What do you think the percentage of alphas in a NFL locker room are? Because to get to that point, you got to have a little bit of dog in you, a little bit, even if you're passive.
100%.
Do you think everybody in there is an alpha to get to that level?
You had to be. You had to be to certain degrees, like
to get to where you're at.
To get to where you at.
It's some guy. Let me tell you.
You had to be.
Let me tell you something. It's some guys that was not drafted. They number 3, 2.5 on the starter list. 3. You cannot step to them. A man is a man now, and I'm being honest. Like, as nice as Jesse will be sometimes, I've seen certain things I say. Jesse will not hear it.
There's
it
a
don't
switch.
matter.
There's a switch.
That's with you too. So it's certain, and that's the leadership. 30 years from now, 40 years ago, you better know who you're talking to, because that dude that you thought that didn't matter can make it matter. Now he may get released, but you're gonna learn a valuable thing as a leader. Like, you know what? I can't come to everybody with how I feel because I had a bad day because Dirk didn't sign my jersey. Come on, man. This ain't about Michael.
That's Nate Newton, not Jesse Holly. Just put that out there.
Just to clarify
just
the
to
voice.
clarify that was the other black guy on the show.
Chris kind of distort that.
Dude, the AI version of it.
That was old school, not semi.
Yeah, with AI nowadays, we can make Jesse say that, trust me.
By the way, Chris sent us some breaking news. Jalen Waddle just agreed to 3 years, $84.75 million, 76 guaranteed.
Every time I see a wide receiver deal get done, I just Fat Joe goes off in my head, and it says, yesterday's price.
Yep.
But here's something
CD's over there going, yes.
I thought the price went up, but something I averaged that out. It was only $28 a year, which I thought was low.
No. But now CD's gonna say, you can't give me 28.
Right.
Jalen Waddle has 28.
And he's the number 2 guy.
32.
He's the number 2 guy.
Yeah, so he's like,
he's the number 2 guy.
He's the number 2 guy. Tyreek Hill's the number 1 guy. He's like, you can't give me number 2 money.
Right.
I'm first team all pro.
Right.
So every time he see these numbers, he goes, okay, here's my basement. My basement's 28, 29, 30.
He just texts his agent the cool guy emoji with the sunglasses, nothing else, just boom.
We good.
We good. You know, the funny thing about all this signing and stuff, it's gonna get done, either now or later,
or somewhere else.
Yeah, it's gonna get done. and see, CD sign him.
And that's the thing.
Sign him.
And for Dak, for CD, for Micah,
right?
That is the comfort in knowing, unless I die or have a catastrophic something,
right?
I'm getting paid.
Yes.
whether that's here in Dallas
or somewhere else,
or one of the other 31 other teams in the National Football League, that money is on the way. You can pretty much let the bank know that there are about to be some deposits coming in the next 365 days.
You know what I like about that? When you get to a certain level, and I didn't always know this, but I do know it now. And I'm telling all of you moms and dads whose kids are fortunate to go over that couple of $1 million mark or $3 million mark. You know, you can go into the bank and negotiate interest. How you want to?
I didn't know that. I never had that kind of money.
You can go in and say, you know what? I can guarantee you this amount of money, and whoever y'all people are, what can they guarantee me if I lock this money in for so long? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you. If they don't want to negotiate,
go to the next bank.
Somebody will.
I did not know that.
Yeah. When
money
you
talk.
Who knew I was going to get a financial lesson from Nate Newton on the show today?
Yeah, bruh. See, I blew all my money that high, but I wish I'd have knew.
Man, by the way, you look good today supporting the FAMU colors.
Yeah, but that's Jones High. Orange and green in college, orange and green in high school.
Where you
orange
live?
and green, yeah, man.
Nice.
I was fortunate.
It's a good color on you.
Yeah, good color.
So before we go to break, the moral.
So why did you play for Miami?
I wanted to play for the University of Miami, man, but I don't think they was really hyped
I'm talking about
me.
the Dolphins. Because, orange and green, it's kind of like that, right?
No, sir. Not no Dolphins.
Just letting you know.
Never. Cowboys for life. All my life.
Unless they would have paid you, and then you'd have been like,
forget the.
The
best thing ever happened to me was when the Washington Redskins cut me. That was the best thing ever happened.
Speaking of a quick Miami story, like when I got released from the Cowboys on the phone with my agent, he's like, all right, is there any teams in particular that you're looking at that you want to go to? I said, any team but Miami. And it wasn't because they were a bad football team.
Because of the beach.
I just couldn't. I couldn't go. I'm like, you can't put me in Miami with money.
right, I'm going to make this much, and it's going to last this
Cannot.
long.
Gone.
I'm like, you cannot. He was
That's
like,
how I
I'm
felt
gonna
about
want-
Atlanta.
You ever heard someone
I'm gonna
check
wanna
to
live
check?
here,
Yeah.
and I'm going to go
I
here
said,
every night.
you cannot put me in Miami. I said, anywhere but Miami.
Anywhere but Atlanta for me.
That was you.
Well, you know.
Good
Atlanta-
times, huh?
Freak
Atlanta
Nick.
got some.
So the moral of the story before we go to break is leadership probably changes, but the core values of leadership, showing up,
Action.
being around.
Leadership is an actionable. Is that a verb? Adjective. Actionable. Got to be actionable. You just can't be talk. If your leadership doesn't have action behind it, tangible action behind it,
With involvement.
then it's just talk.
And I think that's the big thing because we're moving to a virtual society,
Yes.
right? We're moving to where everything's digital and online and games and pads and phones and
And this isn't a Micah thing. This is a leadership
This is-
overall.
yeah,
This
we're
is
not-
if you're looking to be a leader for your team, whatever team it is.
Yeah.
Like you need to have it has to have action behind it. There needs to be boots on the ground, especially in team sport.
And I was going to say sports, because everything else is going virtual, right? Sports is probably it's going to be one of the last frontiers where you physically have to be there and be physically involved to make it work because of those reasons. Because you're depending that in the military, because you have to know if you get in a situation, you got to know your guys good enough to know, like, okay, this is where you got to be able to depend on each other.
Yeah.
So those are probably two of the last frontiers that you physically have to be present, because everything else is going, work's going virtual, friendships are going relationships are going virtual. Like I don't know, man, the virtual world, we could spend 4 hours and, go off on that. But, it's interesting just, that leadership is still, as much as everything else is changing and people are changing, that's one of the things that, is still left. You gotta be here, right? Unless it's voluntary, and then you don't really have to be here. Yeah. All right, we'll be back on the next segment, Hanging with the Boys.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the People Show, Hanging with the Boys. The second segment brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. Well, we have some interesting conversations during the break. We talk about child support
for $2.99. We can get you on that. We can get you on the exclusive.
that exclusive feed. We talk about AI. We talk about child support, and we only have 3 minutes, and then we still had time to talk to Chris about other stuff.
Yeah,
football stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show. Interesting topic. Leadership was kind of where we let off. By the way, go Stars, go Mavs. It's fun to be a sports fan in Dallas if you're watching. I wonder what percentage of our Cowboys followers are Mavs or Stars fans. Probably
all of them, because Dallas has always been, if you win, we support. And so I'm telling you, Ranger fans, excuse me, Stars fans I'll sell this playoff ticket because it'll pay for next year.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it'll pay for next year. So in the Mavs, I am not a Maverick fan, but boy,
what are you
that Luka thing is real.
What are you gonna do when they meet
What
Boston
am I gonna do?
in
It
the
ain't
championship?
I don't play. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be cheering for my team.
You gonna wear your Celtics jersey?
That's like my man North Carolina Taya.
Ain't no question to that. No question about that.
Would you wear Celtics? Do you own Celtics?
No, I don't own. I barely own Cowboys.
It's because it's free, huh?
Mike, you can borrow one from Micah. He got a Celtics jersey.
You think he got one?
No, he does.
Do you think it's signed?
Yeah,
Jason Tatum.
Yeah, he wore it to the Boston Celtics game.
Wow. Michael, get me one.
No, did he wear it to the Sixers game?
No, he has a Sixers jersey as well.
Yeah, he
probably
Joel
has
Embiid.
every jersey of every team.
And it's San Antonio Spurs one. Yeah, he has all of them.
That's his thing, man.
Call Mike. He get you a Celtics jersey.
Do you own any? You own some Yankees gear, right?
Hat.
But
that's not.
But you don't wear hats.
But that's a different.
Do you have a lot of hats? Do you not?
Yeah, that's a different deal.
He doesn't wear hats.
Like
remember.
But as a not old dude, like not old guy, I come from the culture of hats being a fashion statement.
Right.
So like
the colors got to
like
match.
The new blue Yankee is like it's in my culture, it's the equivalent of having a black suit. Like a black suit goes with anything.
Right.
Right? You know what I'm saying? You can go to a funeral, you go to a wedding, you go to a job interview. That's the blue Yankee fitted. The blue Yankee fitted it's a staple. It goes with any outfit, any color. And so
especially if it happens to match your college colors, like the Tar Heel blue that they come out with.
Like, but that helps.
Then it's multifaceted.
But the Yankee blue fitted.
Yeah.
There isn't a color that doesn't go with that.
Yeah, you can wear that with brown.
You can wear it with anything. Like it's almost it's.
But do you own any other gear of any other teams besides, I guess, teams you played for?
Yeah.
I
own like a.
Would you ever wear?
Bulls,
Would you ever wear another man's jersey?
Never.
Not
as a grown. No.
Not as a
But
grown.
that's hard for me to do.
No.
You wouldn't do it either.
No.
That's hard for me to do, man.
Even back in the day when the Celtics were rolling, the Robert Parrish and
love him to death. Met him, great man.
Bill. Did you ever meet Bill Walton?
Nah, great Bill Walton. No, I didn't.
No.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Man.
Yeah, no.
No, couldn't do it. Chris, do you own another man's jersey?
Yes, I do.
Putting it up on the wall is one thing. We talking about wearing it, right?
Talking about wearing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
putting it up on the
Yeah, I've
wall.
got a
Great
couple.
players. Yeah, you can put up on the wall.
Cowboys or other?
I don't have any Cowboy jerseys. I
Really?
don't. Yeah.
So what jerseys do you own?
So I have
Blackhawks jersey.
I have a Connor Bedard jersey. Mm-hmm. I have a Patrick Kane jersey. Okay. And then when I was growing up, I was a catcher in the 80s, and I have a number 8 Gary Carter jersey.
Oh, wow.
So,
Expos or?
No, Mets.
Okay.
I was a Mets fan growing up.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, there you go. Jersey talk. So, all right. Question for you guys. Heard some. What are you laughing at?
No, just Jersey talking. That's pretty good. You broke that pretty nice.
Yeah. We'll see Nate in his Celtics jersey when. Back to the Luka thing. Is he the most clutch guy in the NBA right now?
That dude cold. I mean,
him and Kyrie together.
I am not no Luka fan, but that dude, that is cold blooded.
Right now, is he the most clutch guy? It's fun to watch.
He either gonna cry up on a clutch shot, or he gonna just make it because he's mad.
It would be so much better to watch him if he didn't complain about every shot.
He's hard to watch sometimes.
He's he's the Tim Duncan of modern day basketball. Everything is a foul. Everything is it bothers me.
Why is our basketball expert going quiet on us?
Against the team up north, that last game where he got the tech. Was it the last game where he got the tech against the team up north?
The team up north.
The Oklahoma team.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, OKC.
One of them games he got a tech, right, early in the game. And I saw Luka go to the ref one time and say, I have something to say. Please let me say it without text. I mean, this dude, you can say what you want. I'm telling you, he gonna either clutch up on he gonna either complain up on one, or he's just gonna get mad and it's gonna happen. So he's cold, man.
He's legit.
Yeah.
He's cold.
He's legit.
Who's your team right now?
I'm going for the Mavs.
With Mavs win?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's lying.
He's being kind of quiet.
He's quiet,
and he's
right?
the basketball expert of the show.
Nah, I was letting y'all get y'all stuff off.
Okay. Now it's your turn.
No, Luka's legit. Like
that dude, I'm telling you, man.
I mean, he's in the conversation.
You can like him, you can hate him, you can
like
say
the
whatever.
number one player in the league. Like he's in that conversation.
Who do you think? And that we're going off on basketball talk, but whatever. Who do you think the NBA is going to promote as the face of the league?
An American player.
That's who you think it's going to be. You think they're making a push for Anthony Edwards to be the face of the league? I like it. I love his attitude. I love the way he's candid.
If he ever get Cat to play,
they wanted it to be Ja Morant, but
too many issues.
Yeah,
because LeBron's on the way out. So
LeBron and Steph,
they gotta have somebody.
They're on their way out. But like the league loved the promotion of Joker, Wemby, Luka because they're continually trying to grow their international game.
It's working,
but you gotta have an American-born player be you don't have to have it, but I would think sponsorship, I would think viewership would be more happy if it was an American-born player.
Yeah.
It's easier to sell.
Yeah.
It's easier to sell. The markets are here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because like as great as we think Luka is, I think sometimes we we already think Texas is his own country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We think Texas is our own, Texas is the only place that I know that has like the Texas national anthem that they do in school. Like you have the Texas flag that you do the.
Right.
Like I've never heard that anywhere else. Like not in Jersey, not North Carolina, not in Ohio, nowhere. But outside of Texas, if you're not a sports fan, I don't think you recognize Luka as great as we do.
Yeah.
Here in Texas. And that's part of that's because, there is no college that he went to here.
Yep.
There's no roots here that connects people outside of this state and outside of like the basketball fandom that you can kind of help root for him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Guys like, Anthony Edwards, if you're a Georgia Bulldog fan, you know who Anthony Edwards is. You come from that culture. If you're a college basketball fan, you know that. So I think they would prefer to have an American-born player. But, I mean, the Joker, 3 MVPs out of the last 4. Luka, in the 6 years in the league, I think 5-time first-team All-Pro. So, I mean, these are the guys. Giannis, MVP, champion. Wemby should have been Defensive Player of the Year this year. Will probably be Defensive Player of the Year next year and beyond, and what he can do with his skill set. They got another kid that's coming out from France, too, another 7-footer that's coming out this upcoming draft. So it's a lot of the European players are playing well, but you still have your Anthony Edwards, your Jason Tatum's,
the kid up north,
Shai Gilgeous. He's a Canadian though.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully John Morant comes back around and you know what I'm saying,
starts acting right,
get his stuff together.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. That's one thing the NBA does really well, and it's kind of a byproduct of the sport itself, because basketball is. You can say it's more of an individual sport. It's a more you can have one superstar on the team. Football, you can have a superstar on the team, but you got to have a lot of help to win a championship. NBA, you got to have help, but you can, it's
one guy can take over a game in the NBA.
Right.
Like you can have Luka go off, and score 25 straight points.
Right.
And help you win a game. You know what I mean? Or have a quarter where he scored. I mean, we see it in the playoffs. He score 14, 15 points in the quarter, or Kyrie go off in the quarter and win a game. In the NFL, having a superstar quarterback is kind of becoming not becoming. It's always been necessary. Like you got to have a quarterback.
But you got to have somebody to block. You got to have somebody that catches the ball.
But there were times in the league where, you go with the great Baltimore defenses or the Chicago Bears defense. Those type of teams, it'd be like, hey, listen. Get us 13 points.
Yeah.
If you get us 13
and
points.
don't turn it over.
And don't turn the ball over.
We got you.
We'll take care of the rest. We may even give you an extra touchdown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From what we do. Now in this league, if you don't have the Patrick Mahomes types, you know what I mean? Like that limits what you can do. I don't care what you got around you. If you don't have that guy.
Did you put plural on that types?
I did,
because
it should be a type. just one don't put it. Yeah. You gotta have like that guy. You gotta have Aaron Rodgers in his prime. Like you have those type of guys. That guy is in a planet of his own.
Right.
But guys like that to give you a chance. We can. If you don't put it like this, if your quarterback isn't a top 10 quarterback in this league, you can pretty much chalk it up that you're not going to hoist a Lombardi in this league.
I've had that debate before.
Big injuries, the only way you'll get there. Big injuries.
The French player you're talking about is Alex Sarr.
Sarr, yes.
Yeah. But it'll be my point to circle back around was the NBA does a really good job of they can take you and make you the face of the NBA.
Any league can.
The NFL does that.
The only league that doesn't do it properly is MLB. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing. Mike Trout, for a long time, was the best baseball player on the face of this earth.
And even I know
You
that.
can't even make the playoffs, though.
You don't even see his face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shohei, this is a guy who's be an international superstar.
Yeah.
You got Juan Soto in New York. He just got hurt, but you got Acuna Jr. in Atlanta. I mean, you have.
They should be household names.
This should be marketed. Yeah. The MLB is the only league that just goes, we're good.
Right.
Like they won't market their star players.
You know who people probably know his name more than their star players? The umpire Angel Hernandez. That's retiring.
That's retiring. you got God Price. I mean, there are names upon names and there's so many storylines that you can push to have these guys to be, household names across the. And it's not like football. Football, the disadvantage of being a football player, and I don't care what team you play for, is you wear a helmet.
Yep.
For just about every single play that you're actually being televised, you have a helmet on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if MLB, you don't have a helmet. Basketball, don't have a helmet. Like, all the other sports, hockey, you have a helmet on. But the other major sports, you don't have a helmet. There's nothing that is stopping the visual of who you are. Sell it. Sell some dude being handsome. Sell some dude, in addition to him being a superstar. Hell, do what the WNBA is doing right now. Whoever's the rebrand of the WNBA, because y'all selling sex. Y'all are selling sex right now in the WNBA. 100%.
The thing about it is,
no more Brittany Grinders are the face of the league. It's the fine women of the face of the league now in the WNBA. They are broadcasting that religiously. You can't see enough of. If they show me Cameron Brink one more time, beautiful woman, LA Sparks. They show me, Angel Reese and some beautiful women that they are pushing, and I appreciate it.
But they're ballers too.
That's the good part about it. That they're actually on the court. They're hoopers. They're real life hoopers. So they're like, but their outfits have changed. Their outfits have changed. If you watch them walking in now, they ain't walking in the big sweats and t-shirts.
It's a fashion show.
Yeah, they walking in the heels and skirts and bosoms is showing.
I think you can thank Emmett for the helmet deal. Because every time Emmett, I think it's our first Super Bowl, the second Super Bowl, Emmett running out there, every time he scored, he took off his helmet. The next year, it was illegal to take off your helmet.
Was it?
Wow.
Yeah, thanks to Emmett. And Mr. Jones, you voted for it, too.
Yeah. All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, maybe some football, maybe not. We'll see.
Sex.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
James Wright here, your 2022 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year. You know how much I love my Cowboys, and I am thrilled to be talking to you about the 2023 Fan of the Year award presented by Captain Morgan. We're looking for the ultimate Cowboys fan to spice up the game. That means you eat, sleep, and breathe the Dallas Cowboys. If that's you, or if you know someone like me, then go to DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year, and you could win tickets to Super Bowl 58 and so much more. Enter today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Jigsaw, the official dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
We just talked about off air a pitcher getting thrown out of a game, throwing his gloves up in there, and guess what Jesse said?
I did not say no. I did not say
Do not get him in trouble.
I did not say
no, Nate.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I said it. Don't
do that. Don't.
He's just trying to get something going, isn't he? He's just trying to get it going. Look at him. Just stirring the pot.
They'll stop it and go, well, Jesse said, and they'll stop it.
Right.
They'll stop the clip, and then they'll play it again when he said what was actually said. Right. See, look.
Oh, it's the guy with the 3 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
All right, question for you guys. NFLPA is proposing eliminating voluntary on-field practices during the offseason.
We're getting further and further away from actually damn playing football. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, we're not. But because they're going to add another game.
But starting training camp a week earlier, what do you think about that?
It's just what Chris said. It's all about that 18th game. It's not about
you got to get something out.
They're negotiating.
Yeah, it's
we'll
all
give
about
you
that
this
18th game. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about Chris. Great one.
How soon before this is NASCAR and you just play year round?
Nah, it ain't gonna happen.
You get 3 weeks off, 3 months off to rest.
No, that's more like hockey
because they already control the
bodies
the narrative.
Hold up.
Yeah, and they already control the narrative. Yeah,
maybe you have a first half.
Nah,
team.
The bodies wouldn't hold up, bro.
There's no way.
The bodies wouldn't hold up.
But I mean, bioengineering is getting better and better.
True.
You know, when we go to this AI world, I mean, there's not going to be real bodies out there anyway. We're all going to be in the simulation.
This dude is you.
We're already.
He ain't gonna let this go.
He on that AI.
Dude, this AI stuff, man.
That's
it's
the world.
This is the real Shannon because the new hair look and the new.
I may be plugged in right now.
Are you trying to cover
you
something
wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be able to tell.
Well, we'll know by the right. Right forearm.
I may be plugged in. You never know. This AI stuff's scary, man. It's scary.
Oh my God! Come on, your kid ain't even yours.
That's crazy.
That's a possibility in real life too, right?
Right. Wow.
For anybody. Well, that might be
44. 9:44.
No, but that's what the NFL is like. The NFL, unfortunately, the NFLPA for the National Football League might be one of the worst players' associations in all of professional sports. And I'm not
from a player's perspective.
Yeah.
And that's what they're supposed to do is protect the player.
Correct.
Yes.
But boy, do we get shafted every time we go to the table. Every time we go to the table. And the NFL just sits back because the last go around it was the marijuana. Right? It was like, oh, y'all don't want to touch my marijuana no more? Cool. We need another game. Y'all don't want okay, so no marijuana, y'all don't want that other preseason game? Oh, okay, no problem. We want another game. Because we want the revenue. Mm-hmm. We add another game. That's more sponsorship. That's more time. We can sell that,
and we'll give y'all a half a point.
Yeah. And so now when the NFLPA comes back and they're like, hey, the time frame between this and training camp injuries and First of all, guys don't want to stay in shape that long, right? No, guys don't want to have to work to stay in shape for that 5 weeks that you have between the end of OTAs and the start of training camp. So they're trying to move that up a little bit. But if you move that up, that's just open up the door for the owners to say, oh, okay, cool. We move that up. We'll move training camp up. We'll move the preseason up. And guess what you just opened up?
The back end.
You opened up a slot for us to add another regular season football game in there. So 18 football games. You'll probably have to go 2 buys, however you work that out throughout, in the middle of the season.
I can hear this call. Jerry, do we have anybody that's close to us in the Players Association? Oh, yeah, let me call. Hey, man, this is how we want to work this. It's something in there for you.
But, this is...
Remember that deal we talked about on the... Yeah.
This is the money part of the business, right? And I always laugh when owners and ownership in the league says that, we're worried about the players' safety and the health of the player. You can't possibly worry about safety if what you're doing is adding more things that the safety that you're worried about, you keep adding more games that will impact the safety that you're saying that you're concerned about, right? Like it's just, if the more head contact and the more trauma that you get into, and I know the fans are going to be saying, hey, well then don't play. I get it. I understand it. But you can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. You can't say that I'm worried about the players and this for the players, but I want an 18th game. Right, that's another game, another week of practices, all that kind of stuff. That's just the wear and tear physically on the body. And I know that AI and technology and medicine, all that kind of stuff, all that stuff is great. But at the end of the day, the body's a body. The body's a body. It can only take so much. So I think even adding an 18th game, and I may not be around to have these numbers later on, but you'll see players' careers dwindle. Because you won't be able to maintain that over a 10, 12-year career. the body just won't allow you to do it.
And to add on, it ain't just the body. It's the money that you're going to be asking for in that second contract. If you're fortunate enough, ain't going to allow you to be there.
Yeah.
But the player's going to get younger.
If they give up the OTAs, let's say they give up OTAs, right? And you're going to add another week of training camp. So ultimately, they're not going to give up mini camp, right? They're going to have a mandatory 3-day mini camp probably still, right, Jesse?
Sure.
You assume, right?
Yeah,
right. You have to have that. Okay. So if you give up those, this year we have what, 6 days?
10.
10 total, but we only using 6.
Yeah. Okay. So you're not really giving up any OTAs because you're just adding another week that you have player need 1 day off in 7 days. So you're just adding that to the beginning of that. Does that make sense?
The thing is,
no, I hear what you're saying.
The 6 that you do during, June and May is going to be added in July, and it's going to be just you don't have that downtime in between.
Who is hurting is the 4th round pick and beyond, and the old guys.
I think it's going to help the older guys to stay around.
Yeah, maybe.
Because think about this, like a guy that's been in the league for 5 years, he can go out and train in this time, right? Like a Micah, he goes to Florida or wherever CD is. They train, and the younger guys aren't going to have that opportunity to get on the field and practice, so the older guys will already know what to do when they get to training camp. Thoughts? Maybe? No?
All of that's good stuff.
I just think, for me, I think about the back end.
Yeah.
Me too.
I just think about
the older guy. Wow.
Wow.
The train just went off the track.
Yeah. I just think about what your body feels like at the end of 18. Right? And if we're moving everything up, then there's less recovery time between the time that we end and the time that we start up again. That make sense? So the time that we end at 18 and the time that we get back to
Super Bowl
OTAs,
guys are the guys that go deep into playoffs. It's going to hurt after about 3 years.
And so you just when you talk about adding that extra game, and it doesn't seem like much now, but that's another car crash, right? That's one step closer to a concussion, an ankle, a knee, or whatever it is. It's just I just think over long term, you're going to see the cycling of guys in the league. Then, like the days of 20-year guys, I think will dwindle in the next decade or so.
Yeah.
If you go to an 18 game, I think you'll see less of guys who play that long.
Your life expectancy as a player is going to decrease by a year and a half, something like that over the long term. All right, before we get out of here,
but that's not a concern. But before we go, but that's not a concern of the ownership.
No,
ownership is saying. And this is the part I think fans sometimes miss in their fandom thinking a little bit. Sometimes, especially when it comes to contract time, when they and it pisses me off to no end when they start screaming out, "Take a team-friendly deal," and I'm thinking to myself, "Shut the hell up."
The team doesn't.
The team ain't. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and whoever is the heir to the throne or whoever's in the line of the heir of the Jones family, they will make money off this football team for 100 more years if they choose to.
And that's any team.
That's any team.
Any team.
I'm just talking about this, but we're talking about the Cowboys.
Yep.
So Shy kids and all the other grandkids, they're great. They're going to make money off this team forever. Dak, CD, Micah.
The players got
They have a finite time to go and make money.
Yep.
And so, no, I'm not going to give you a team-friendly deal. It's in the words of Tank Lawrence, it's not my job to figure out the budget.
Mm-hmm.
I should get every red cent that I can, because when I stop, there is a time where I will no longer be able to physically do this. And I don't pretty much, unless you own a team, ain't too many places where you're going to go and make 34, 35, 40, 50, 60 million dollars a year if you're a quarterback, or 30 million dollars if you're legally.
Right.
So when the Joneses will make $100+ million until the sun no longer exists.
Every year. Yeah.
Every year. As
The player's done. That income's
That's it.
done. That's
now
it.
you may still make money. You still go and make $2 million, $3 million, $5 million. You may go and do a Tony Romo deal and make $19 million. You ain't making 60.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you'll never catch the Joneses. You'll never catch them. You'll never be able to catch them. So you got to get everything in right now, because it's gonna stop. And when it stops, even if you continue to make money, it ain't gonna you're not gonna make the money that you would ever make doing this.
Yep.
So,
last little point, Jesse, you tweeted something out. Are you interested in coaching girls flag football?
I am.
Well, get it out there.
I am.
Put it up.
If there's people out there who have a girls flag football team, maybe like middle school, maybe high school, I'm interested.
But do you want athletes?
I do want athletes.
Yeah.
But I think that's the enjoyable part that I'll have, is being able to teach the knowledge of the game. Because most girls don't come equipped with the knowledge of football, right? Because they're just not something that's like boys will. They play Pop Warner and but most girls don't have the knowledge. So I think it would be fun to kind of impart that wisdom on how to break down film, what does it look like, skills and all that kind of stuff. So I've been interested in it. So if you have a girls flag football team and you're in the DFW area, middle school preferably, some high school, holla at your boy.
There you go. Good stuff, Jesse.
Yeah.
We got a little off football.
Believe me,
today,
now Jesse will be cutting your kid for long. So
I will tell you, like, hey, you know what?
Unless they take a team-friendly deal.
Unless they want to sit on the bench.
I will be honest with you. I'll be like, hey, you know what? You might want to get her in dance.
Yeah.
You might want to get her in
How
soccer.
is she in basketball?
Yeah.
I don't know if flag football got a portal, but Jesse gonna open it up.
He gonna test it.
In the words of Deion Sanders, I ain't hard to find.
Yeah. Kurt, we miss you. Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. What's your sweet mate back there's name?
Iron Sheet.
Josh.
Iron Sheet. Josh.
Iron Sheet.
Thanks for keeping us on all
Jazz,
the socials. Jazz, thanks for keeping Chris company. We'll be back next Thursday. Same time, same place on Hanging with the Boys.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.